What is up, everybody? This is the Climax coming at you with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the two so-called World of Warcraft expansion leaks that came out in this last week. And the first one I'm going to talk about is called the Army of Light, and its premise is that Gul'dan went to the alternate reality Azeroth, so the one that we're already on, Azeroth, and went there and already invaded, already summoned the Legion, is already destroying everything there, and the humans are trying to fight him back. Khadgar figures this out, so we all go through the Dark Portal and end up in the Black Morass, which would be the starting zone. There we'd find out all of these things, and there'd be a brand new faction called the Army of Light. It would be led by Anduin, Velen, Lady Liadrin, and Ural. The Army of Light would be like the final group to destroy the Burning Legion. They're the planned, they are the group that is formed just to save everything. A neutral faction that wants to see only one thing happen: the Legion gets destroyed. They don't care about the wars between the Alliance and the Horde. They just want to see the destruction of the Legion. They want to save the world. Which I think is a very cool concept, is having a neutral faction that you'd get to choose to join at that point. So you didn't have to work for one side or the other if you can get over the, whole Alliance versus Horde for the past 10 years. And one other little feature that I thought was kind of interesting was that the person said they'd be giving Paladin and Priest to every single race and class in the game, because the light versus darkness is basically what the whole concept is, so they want every race to be able to use the power of light against the infidel hordes, I guess. And the whole thing is we have to try to talk all of the big key alliance people like Lane, Lothar, and all of them into realizing that they're Sargeras is within Medivh, which I think is a really cool concept. They have a bunch of zones already planned out. This guy has Elwyn Forest, Black Morass, a bunch of stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. But then he starts to say things that really get you off track, and you kind of realize, oh yeah, this isn't going to happen. He starts to say that they aren't going to be adding any new PvP stuff into this, because the neutral faction would make it completely ridiculous for them to do that. They're not going to add any new races or classes because there's no need for that anymore. It's stupid. And I think that's just ridiculous, because so many people were pissed off, angry about how little there was to come. And another thing he said was that the expansion itself was only going to have very few dungeons as well, and have a heavy focus on the raids. Which, I do like the heavy focus on the raids. I think they've done an amazing job with the raids for this expansion, but I also really enjoy dungeons, and only giving me 6 or 7 really pisses me off. So anyway, that's basically the gist of that expansion. It sounds cool, but it's more alternate reality bullshit, and I personally wouldn't like that. A lot of people have came to the conclusion it's fake, including myself, but I just wanted to inform you guys about that, because you never know what could happen. And the second one is called the Dark Prophet. This one could very well be true. It makes a lot of sense. I'd assume they would have called it the South Seas, but for some reason they didn't, but it's what it is. We're going to the South Seas, is this whole concept. And we go there to fight the Naga and the Trolls. And I could really see this going, to Inzoth, the big old god that we've heard so much about, the Corruptor of Deathwing. That would be one of the most epic things we've ever done. Take down the man who corrupted Deathwing. My god, just sounds fucking amazing. Well, anyway, let's just get to the main point of the expansion. Basically, it's supposed to be Malfurion and Vol'jin are going to be the main heroes for it. It's because Vol'jin's wanting to prove himself as the war chief of the Horde. He wants to prove himself. He wants to be big, which I think is a really cool idea. And the new class that they'd talk about it, and it would be called the Shadow Stalker. Now, I think that just sounds fucking badass. I would love to play a class called the goddamn Shadow Stalker. And it'd be playable for trolls, blood elves, orcs, goblins, undead, humans, dwarves, worgen, night elves, and gnomes. And the specs for the class would be the Dark Ranger, which just sounds fucking awesome, being a Dark Ranger, the Spirit Mender for your healers out there, and Shadow Hunter. Fucking awesome. Every single one of them. The new level cap would be 110, which, I mean, I'd expect as much for them, and it would be to have 8 leveling zones, which sounds extremely good for me. 8 leveling zones is great. And all of them would be the Valerian Depths, Zandalar, Kol Tiras, Kazan, Telebim, the Plunder Isles, so Piratey, and the Rift, and the Broken Isles, which just sounds, all those areas sound extremely cool to me. I'm really interested in that. And obviously Zandalar being the place of the trolls, there'd be a troll raid there, troll dungeons there, a bunch of troll things for us to do. The Plunder Isles, plunder, pirates, come on, tons of pirate shit, sounds awesome to me. Then the person goes on to explain that you would actually get your own pirate ship. Not your stupid fucking garrison thing where you send out your little followers to go do some fun missions that you never get to do, but something you get to do. It would be like ships that you can travel on and do like ship battles, ship quests out and like use cannons and shit like that. That sounds awesome. Something people would love to do. I personally would love to do it, and I hope other people would as well. And the ship would work slightly like a garrison, I guess. Being like, you have your own like followers and stuff on it that could help with professions and stuff like that. It wouldn't be like, oh, you have your herb garden, you have everything you need in here, you have your mining, oh, you have everything you need in here. It wouldn't be like that. It would be like, you get extra rare things for like the type of pirates that you have assisting you, which I thought was a really, really cool concept. And yeah, they said that they were planning on bringing 2 to 3 more dungeons in each zone for this expansion, which, honestly, I don't think that's really far-fetched for Blizzard to be thinking about doing right now, because so many people are pissed about the small amount of dungeons, and dungeons are liked a lot. And we'd be able to visit the Tomb of Sargeras, that's pretty big. That's very big for all of us, because Sargeras is the enemy. He is the guy. He's the big motherfucker we want to take down. Like, my god. So many things sound awesome about this expansion. I hope it's real. I really, really, really hope it's real, because I've been waiting for a Naga expansion for so long. Looking forward to see anything about new races, but there's nothing said here. I hope they do more races if this is real. I hope it's real. My god, I'd be so hyped, so happy to see this come out. And basically that's it about the expansion that was supposedly leaked. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure if this is true or not, so don't hold my word to it, but please comment down below if you think that this sounds fucking amazing like I do. And if you don't like it, tell me why. Tell me what you think the next expansion should be, and why it should be that. Anyway, this has been The Climax. Talk to you guys soon. Please comment, like, and subscribe. See ya.